We've arrived at the popular Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for the running of the United States Grand Prix, the third to last race of the season. And it's ironic that we are in America this week, as the only American team on the grid has made the headlines this week. We are of course referring to Haas, as they have announced their second driver for 2020. After weeks of speculation, they have announced that current DTM Championship leader Daniel Fraser will make his top class debut with the team next season. Daniel has had an amazing year in DTM, despite the fact that this is only his second season in the OC as a whole. As mentioned, he currently leads the DTM Championship by 6 points ahead of fellow compatriot and rival Victor Bobo, with him having an opportunity to win the title this coming Saturday at Monza. Daniel only made his debut in the OC last season in BTCC, driving for at the time the new Toyota team, where he just missed out on the title to Gabriel Quintino and ended up finishing runner-up. He then got promoted to DTM for this season, driving for Team BMW RMR, where he has yet again been a force to be reckoned with, and he's yet again a championship contender, with him taking his first ever DTM win at the old layout of Hockenheim. His announcement means that it will be the second year in a row that a rookie in the top class will skip the entirety of GP2, with 2018 DTM champion and manor driver Rosetta Martinez doing the same this season. Daniel will be over the moon to know that he will make his top class debut next season, and he'll be looking to have an impressive rookie season. He'll partner alongside current GP2 Championship leader Dudu Kirby, who will also make his debut next season. The announcement also means that Jared Fosbury will be leaving the team at the end of the season, with a lot of doubt surrounding his future given the tricky season the Brit has had. Like with Lean Campana, there is a good chance that Jared could be out of a drive in 2020, but we will have to wait and see. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4 OC News. The penultimate team news of the season will break at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix next week. Who will be announced? Tune in to Tuesday's practice session next week at the Yas Marina circuit.
Howdy, cowboys and cowgirls. We're here at the Circuit of the Americas here in Austin, Texas, for the running of the United States Grand Prix for the GP4. I'm your commentator, that is Graf, the Graph remover, and I'm joined today by the favorite commentator of you all. It's Robert Ionescu. So, hello Rob, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing okay. Good to see you all in the Lone Star State, and hopefully we'll have a good session here.
Yeah, obviously, after the team news, it's been confirmed that Daniel Fraser, the current DTM Championship leader, will step up to make his top class debut for Haas next season. That's very much deserved for him.
He's doing a very solid job. He might win the championship at Monza, and if he does, all the more reason why he should have that seat. And there was no real surprise, so I'm happy to hear he got that seat. It was only a matter of time, really. Now then, let's get going with the practice session here in Austin.
Yeah, driver, weather here. And of course, we have a test driver driving here in the Williams. And it's your driving commentator again.
Yeah, it is Dennis Graf, the Williams test driver, who will be taking part in today's practice. Yep.
He will face Felix Sonntag.
Underway. We have Campana, who will be leaving Williams at the end of the season, of course. It will seem he doesn't have a seat in the top class next season. We'll look at Rosetta Martinez in the Manor. He is already confirmed, but his teammate isn't. There is quite a battle for that Manor seat between Maxim Titkov, the current driver, and Emilio Wilson, the newly crowned Formula E champion. It'll be interesting to see who gets that seat. As we've got an Alfa Romeo and the Renault going out, it is Evan Byrne. The Renault will be first to go out on track.
Yep, indeed.
He goes. The number 64 in Texas. What would you say about Evan's season so far, Dennis?
Well, it's I would say it's a good season. A few bumps along, but overall, I would say having quite a solid season. Of course, he was announced early for next season. Of course, he's staying at Renault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think I think he'll be satisfied with his season, and he's done well enough to get announced to his seat early. So yeah, all the more reason why he should be happy about it. Meanwhile, Joseph Willows, we're looking at him here in the Ferrari. He won in Mexico. He could still mount a fight in the a fight back in the championship. He is, I think, what 18 points or something like that behind Franco Lopez. He'll be hoping to close that gap down even further by the end of tomorrow's race.
yeah. Of course, it has been very close in the last few races. The gap has been come down a lot.
And don't forget,
Lopez was
Joseph Willows. It's been a very long time since he last won the title. It last happened in 2008 for the two-time champion. He's never won a
11
title for
seasons.
Ferrari, and this will be his last chance because he is moving to McLaren next season. Don't forget.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Of course, returning to McLaren for the
Alan
first
Evan
time since
Byrne has started a
2010.
lap, exiting turn one there, and in towards the flat-out turn two. A lot of curb there. We now go into the S's, carrying a lot of speed as Evan Byrne, hitting those apexes nicely. Goes through the left, and now up the hill into this blind chicane, blind apex chicane, getting on the power early and using a lot of curb on exit. Miklos Gal has 17.7 in the first sector, but he locks up there. It's definitely gonna cost him some lap time.
Yep. And here's that error of
Another
Gal
lockup for
in
Gal that
replay.
absolutely ruined his line for this corner.
Or at least it's just practice, so a lot of time to improve.
Absolutely, absolutely. Who won here last season in the US? Because I don't actually remember last season's race too much.
To be honest, I don't know either. I just check.
Okay.
Or if someone writes in the chat, it will be much appreciated.
Yeah. All right. There.
Cheers.
See if he can win it again this season. It'll be interesting to see. While Evan Byrne is about to finish his lap. It was Armarka. It was Armarka. In either case, Joe mentioned it in the chat as well, as Evan Byrne is about to round off his lap. First lap of this session. Be the benchmark for everybody to beat, but this is just practice, of course. Either way, it's a 1 minute 32.7.
Gomez in second. Altilka faster than Byrne. Good lap from
And Miklos Gal,
Russian
even though
driver.
he had the lockup, he smashes it. Now Car goes fast before he's
Willows
faced by
goes
Willows.
fastest.
Have a 130.8. That's very impressive from the Ferrari man. As Andrea Federi will be next to cross the line. Where can the Alpha man go? He goes in sixth fastest. Good effort. Catalan, meanwhile, is only down in 10th. Chris Chatford's
Chatfield
had a great
goes
effort to
6th.
go sixth. Roland Mochin, look at him. He's in P4. Very solid effort. He's actually in front of Lopez by a narrow margin.
Martinez now goes to P10. In the
Second
second
banners
manner.
appear to be very competitive here, strangely enough. Definitely good for them as Mochin is being overtaken. But I would say that it's Franco Lopez, but I could be wrong. Howard Chang has gone up to third in front of Franco Gamba. George Roque is sixth. And David Kupak's gone
Q-Walk
into
11th.
11th. Indeed. And
Campana
Campana down
P21.
22nd now.
Fosbury 9th.
Yeah, obviously Fosbury has just been announced. The second Haas seat will be taken by Daniel Fraser. So Fosbury will be leaving the team at the end of the season. If he has anywhere to go to, we don't quite know. But he'll be hoping it won't be the end of Fosbury era. And yeah, let's see if he can still salvage a seat at another team in the last few races.
Yeah, I think many drivers, many hope that this is not the end just because of the meme.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, Evan Byrne wasn't able to improve on that lap by a very narrow margin, about 100 of a second. But Miklos Gal definitely was able to improve. He's gone second, just 110 behind Joseph Willows. Anyway, Byrne, it appears to be a short run for him because he'll be coming into the pits at the end this one.
Yep. Indeed.
So there he's gone up all the way into 8th with the same lap time as Roland Mochin, actually. Bradfield is in 10th place meanwhile, and now Franco Lopez gets him from watch and he goes all the way up into 6th place. Still 8 tenths down on his teammate though, so you'll have to work on that. As Maxim Titkov almost collides there, the Red Bull of Gal.
You're very close there in the hairpin. No graph improved, but stays in
And
21st. No, Tomaselli's only in P20.
Williams appear to
Skillbox
be
improves.
struggling here today. Of course, there's still time for that to
And
change.
Campana now goes to 21st ahead of his test driver teammate.
Those who takes that racing point in the meantime. And Maxim Titkov, we're looking at him still holding up Graf massively in the last sector. Titkov knows his seat is under threat. He's going to do the best he can if he wants to retain it.
Yeah, of course, Japan, I think he had a good race, scored 8 points with P6, but of course, with many drivers retiring, so.
It was still a very, very solid result as Miklos Gal finally overtakes him. If I'm moving up to third, up there from the Brito. I think he was third to begin with. Either way, he has improved. Now we're on board with Gabriel Gomez, who is not improving the first sector, down by 200 of a second. Meanwhile, Mato Catalan has gone up to 16th place. Information there, meanwhile, that Bern and Martinez are in the pits as Lopez now goes up to 5th.
Yeah, Rob, what do you think about this track?
It's a very interesting circuit. You got reminiscent of many other circuits. For example, the first sector reminds you a lot of Silverstone. You got the middle sector, which is, well, it's like Hockenheim a little bit, and then you got the long right-hander, which is like Tornado Istanbul but in reverse. So it's a very smart track. However, I'm afraid I haven't had much luck there myself, especially that sad collision with my teammate Will Nair back in 2013, which is a shame for me. But anyway, the track has produced some good and sometimes chaotic racing.
Yeah, of course, in 2017, when Amaka got involved, caused 2 collisions, and in the end got the 50-second time penalty, 25-second penalty.
Yeah, that was a big one that season. As
Yeah,
now
that,
then,
of course,
here
ended
comes
his
Willows
hopes for the
making the move.
championship.
Tomaselli is definitely not gonna improve here.
It
He
was
was up in the
actually
first sector, but not in the
Willis
middle.
fast.
Alright. Well, I got some more cars in the pits, including Lopez, as Andrea Federer's gone up all the way to 7th place. His teammate Gomez is down in 15th. So just give me a minute as I look up the seats confirmed for next season.
Yep. Here we have Evan Byrne coming out of the pit to start his second run this session.
His future is secure, but his teammate, Jim Mackenzie, not so. George Roca is 7th meanwhile. Obviously, it's been confirmed that Pano Tomasello will be making a move to Renault next season. But as for Jim Mackenzie, he's going all in, as you'd say in poker in Texas Hold'em. He's going all in for a chance at Red Bull seat. It's him against Franco Gamba, and it appears that fight is going to go to the last race in Brazil to see who's going to get that Red Bull seat, if Gamba has done enough to be retained, or if Mackenzie will take it away from him. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. I think it's still too close to call.
Yeah, I think like last season, the Red Bull seat will be announced in Brazil. It's not official, but it's my prediction, of course. So let's see. Amaka doesn't look like he's going to improve his time. Yes, soft, but does it only by 300ths of a second. Rob, you still here? As Mackenzie goes into P12. Rob? Okay. So, here we are back on board with Miklos Gal. Of course, the Red Bull.
Apologies for that disconnection. My tablet PC had a little bit of an issue. It will be back up and running very shortly, but in the meantime, I don't have access to the screen. Anyway, continue as you were saying, Dennis, earlier, because I disconnected right as you were answering my question.
I forgot what it was. Anyway, Chang improved our time, I saw.
About gun by Mackenzie, it was.
Yeah, I forgot.
Alright, anyway. It will be interesting to see what's gonna happen, of course, by the end of this season.
So we have Jared Fosbury, or the Fosbury heir. He's up on his time in the first sector. Let's see, he threw the hairpin with the LG board because my screen lags a little bit as car improves. It goes to second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fosbury, as mentioned before, his future is very much unsecure. His burn improves, goes to 16th.
It'll be very interesting to see what will happen to Jared Fosbury. It would really suck to have him out of a drive so soon after getting one in the first place.
Yeah, only one season in top class isn't it good. Just got us up on his first sector time. Let's see if he can keep it up in the second sector as we see Amakar.
Give me 1 minute, I'll rejoin on the normal device.
Okay. As Fosbury improves to go up to P10. If he wasn't there already before. Yeah, he's in P10 now. Yeah. I forgot what to say here. Apologies there. So now we have Jared Fosbury behind the Williams. Can't see who it is, I think. I cannot see because there it is. Not in the view. I think it's Campana, but I'm not sure. Yes, it is. Yes, I just saw his number there. Thanks, Siri. Yeah, it's okay. I can handle that. As Lopez improved to go up to P4. He's and goes up in this first sector. Again. I think he didn't improve on the last lap. Let's see what happens or not, because he's outjunk in the Ferrari. Finished second in Mexico. Yeah. As Franco Gamba improves, go to P6 over 7/10 behind. Not so good so far from the Italian, the leader of the Gamba Mafia, I would say. As we have him in the picture. Again improving, but only by 12,000 of a second. Gabriel Gomez up to P9. Yeah. It's of course a big fight going on for the 5th place in the Constructors' Championship. Need to check the standings before I say something wrong here. Yeah. I forgot what this. Car again. Wait a sec.
Hello, I've returned.
Ah, Rob, you're back. Nice.
Yes. Campana has improved all the way up into 18th. That's good for Williams. Schmadrosa is back on track once again. And in 16th, the McLaren driver. He will be Joseph Willow's teammate next season as the Brit returns to McLaren.
Scamba improves yet again by only, I think, by 1,000 of a second, as Tomaselli finally improves, but only to 17th.
Yeah, but it appears McLaren are weak at this track as it stands. They could have been doing heavier fuel runs. Who knows, really? Anyway, Franco Gamba
As
is in
Willows
P6.
improves this time.
Yeah, by about the 10th and a half there. So does Gabriel Gomez. He gone up all the way up to 7th place. Alfa Romeo are doing good here.
Yep. Indeed. Took very strong here. So what's about to say, the fight for P5 in the Constructors' Championship is so close. The Renault in 5th and Racing Point in 8th are just separated by just 3 points.
Yeah, meanwhile, Burns gone up into 12th place, so a better effort from the Renault man. As now David Kupok, we're on board with him. He has a shot to go to Ferrari next season, of course. He could also go for that AlphaTauri seat, which he holds still. It'll be very interesting to see. He is in contention for 2 of them, and he has a decent shot to get one of them. And Kupok has improved, meanwhile, to go up into 11th. Actually, I should say to stay in 11th, because that's where he was before that improvement. But he has improved nonetheless. So has Lin Campana, who stays in 19th position.
Yep.
About this track, there's something I ask sometimes. What would your favorite corner be here in Austin?
I would say turn 1 with this big uphill section. Very spectacular place.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
I
very
think my
challenging.
favorite would. Yeah, I think my favorite
can
would be the
continue.
one Catalan just went for, that being the second last corner. It's very, very high speed, and getting those track limits right, when you get them right, damn, it feels good. As now Catalan, he won't be able to improve on this lap, I'm afraid, but he's in P8, he's doing a good job. The first man who was announced not to stay in the top class next season, because he did not actually sign up. So yeah, he'll be bowing out after this season, but he'll be hoping to bow out on a high. He's currently P8 in the championship, and he'll be hoping to stay there.
Yep, indeed. He hopes that. So here we have Roland Motian in the Racing Point. He doesn't. He's up on his time after the second sector.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He was safe seat already back in Hungary, the first Team News episode,
Yeah,
which
indeed.
was very.
There's a bit of irony
big
to the
relief of him.
OC being here since MotoGP is racing this weekend as well, says Joe. Yeah, indeed, we'll have MotoGP as Franco
Yeah.
Gamba stays 6th, but it has improved. And about
He
MotoGP,
improved a lot.
you know this track in MotoGP history because every single time Marc Marquez has raced here, except for 2019 when he crashed, every single time besides that he won. Will he be able to win again? Who knows, but I hope he will. You guys might have different opinions, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, of course, for MotoGP basis. Oh,
Big
as we have
lockup
here,
there for Gabriel
the
Gomez.
big lockup for Gomez.
Turn 1 is very interesting because it's uphill. You can afford to brake later. The weight of the car and the gravity will help you slow down, get the car stopped faster so you can turn in. So you can afford to be very bold on the brakes into turn 1, but still don't be too bold as Gabriel Gomez was this lap because you can still lock up there.
Yes, Franco Gamba isn't up here for once.
It's only
Only
one
so
tenth of down.
slightly, 11 thousandths.
Yeah, indeed.
But he
Rosetta Martin is
improved,
his
I
third
think.
lap. Meanwhile, it's his first lap of this
Last-
run. You can see on the because of the white on the dev panel.
Yep.
And he's down 2.5 tenths there in sector 1 already. Meanwhile, Hiroshima De Rosa has gone up into P10. McLaren finally starting to turn up the wick a bit.
Yeah.
Campana,
Campana
meanwhile,
improves yet again.
stays into 19th as Franco Gamba is about to finish his lap. He's improved, but once again, he stays 6th place. Either way, the Italian has been very
I think it's
consistent on
just-
this run so far.
Yeah, it's It's Gamba's, I think, 5th improvement in a row. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that's one benefit of the hard tires. You can push, and your lap times will improve. But you need to make sure you do the lap right. As Avikipok made an overtake there. Meanwhile, Dennis Graf has improved. He stays at last.
Yeah, way behind, I would say. But yeah, the test driver, he can afford this. The Scotland goes to 7th.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 of the 5 champions already confirmed. Those being in BTCC, Jesus Perignan, and then Formula E, Emily Wilson. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen because this week we'll have the finale in DTM. And
Jesus.
yeah, it's Jesus. Anyway, we'll have the finale in DTM this weekend, and it'll be between Daniel Fraser and Victor Bobo, I think, unless there's anybody else in the fight, in which case it would be a freeway fight, but I think it's between the 2 of them. We also have the
it's
finale in
between the two.
GP2 between Dudu Corby and Thomas Anderson. Corby, who is already confirmed to drive at Haas for next season, and Anderson, who is confirmed not to be driving anywhere for next season because he did not sign up on anything. Meanwhile, Franco Gamba, this time he hasn't improved, and there's also, of course, the OC champion. But it'll take a little longer before we know the identity of that one. Will it be Lopez? Will it be Willows? Will it be Gal? Will it be someone else entirely? Who even knows at this point?
Yeah, well, it's very likely that it's between these 3.
Yeah. Ooh, big error there for Rook. He's gone off the track. He was in the wake of that Torosso. Of course, this will be Torosso's last season. They'll be rebranding to AlphaTauri when we start the next one, and Rook went extremely wide there.
I think it's just a bit of understeer from the dirty air of the Torosso.
Yeah, indeed. Graf's improved yet again. Meanwhile, we got just under 3 minutes on the clock in this session. Rook is about to cross the line, and can he improve on his time? Probably not, considering that error. And now he can't. Way down.
Yeah, 2.6 seconds. It's no surprise that he didn't improve.
Meanwhile, Rook's teammate Ron Mortran is giving some slips to Franco Gamba. Italian's been on a very long run, and clearly getting some useful data for the race. It'll help Red Bull out, and also it'll help his own chances because I think he's had a good season so far, Franco Gamba. But the Red Bull don't seem to think so. Red Bull don't think he's done enough to be confirmed to be retained just yet. He'll be hoping to impress the team and deliver some solid results, Franco Gamba. I think it's race and thin margins. And if I was Helmut Marko and I had to make the decision for the Red Bull seat right now, it'd be too hard to say. If Franco Gamba completes the lap and he's going to overtake Mochen. Either way, it's going to be a narrow decision. I think it'll be similarly close to the decision for 2016 seat, like when Miklos Gal and Robert Ionescu were fighting to be retained by the team. And in a very narrow case, it was Gal who managed to keep the seat. So I think the situation we have here will be similar to that one. And Franco Gamba will be hoping he'll be retained.
Scar will be overtaken by the Alfa Romeo there. I think it was Gomez. Yeah. Lopez didn't move. No. 1 minute, 7 seconds left.
Rock hasn't improved either, and neither will Jay McKenzie as he's crossing the line.
Evan
Byrne will be next to cross the line.
He comes out of the pits, I think.
Well, there's not going to be enough time for a flyer.
Yep, it's too late for him.
Yeah, Martinez down 21st, he's got another lap. Hey, Hautala only strikes during qualifying. He doesn't give a damn about practice. As per Tomaselli, he didn't improve there on that lap. What about Armarca? He's currently in 2nd place. After colliding with his teammate in Mexico, well, I'm not even sure who to blame for that crash, but either way, Armarca will be hoping for some better fortunes at the track where he won last season. As Lin Campana will be next to cross the line on his home turf. It's looking far more likely he won't have a seat next season at all. Both Williams drives have been announced, and both Racing Point drives have been announced. It's looking bleak for Lin Campana, I'm afraid.
6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Checkered flag is out. That's the end of the session,
is.
as Gabriel Gomez will be finishing his lap. Gomez, of course, is not yet confirmed to stay at Alfa Romeo or to go anywhere else this season. We got 6 seats on the line, and Gomez will be hoping he's done enough to be retained by the Swiss Italian team. Gomez has improved to go into 8th, meanwhile. Graf hasn't improved, and neither has Gall.
We're staying last.
What do you think about Gabriel Gomez this season, by the way? Do you think he's done enough to be retained, or not yet?
I wouldn't. Well, it's his first choice, I think, was Alpha Tauri, so he's of course fighting for that seat.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, if yes,
Here comes Manuel
and
Tomaselli
season
to finish his session.
wasn't the best.
No, definitely not. Now Marco will be completing his lap up next, and he won't improve. And yeah, that'll be the end of the session, I think. Lin Campana, he'll be coming in right about now. Maxim Tirkov is out on
Tirkov,
track, but
too late.
he is too late,
Gamba
and he's
will be-
impeding Franco Gamba. His very long run is coming to an end now. He's been out on track for a while, I'd say.
By the way, who was the last to cross the line? I didn't
I
pay
think it was
attention to that.
Mochin or no. Well, anyway, the session
was
is
Gamba.
over. There's Joseph Willow's fastest, riding on the momentum he picked up in Mexico. Let's see if he'll keep it this out in the Rio Grande. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. By the way, that is practice over, and Willows is fastest. Can he carry that form and take pole position in qualifying? Well, stick with us because qualifying will start shortly.